What is it about Brock Purdy that makes him so special? What is it about him that allowed him to have a career average completion percentage of 68.7%, to have played 24 games and only lost 7, 2 of those games, by the way, being an NFC Championship game where he walked off injured, and a second one where it was a Super Bowl loss. While Trevor Lawrence, by the way, gets multi-generational wealth with a 20-30 record. Regular season stats including 44 touchdowns to only 15 interceptions, and despite having an offensive line that regressed last season, at least in terms of average sack totals, Brock took a beating at times and managed a higher average yards per attempt, improved passer rating, and improved QBR. What is it that makes Brock Purdy so special? What is it that makes coaches and teammates absolutely love him? In today's video, we're going to be talking about some new information that came out that sheds a little light on what makes Brock Purdy a special individual and why there's good reason to believe that it's not going to stop or change anytime soon. If you're new here, I'm Nate. We are talking the San Francisco 49ers every day, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on all of the conversation. The great Purdy news is this. Journeyman quarterback Josh Dobbs, currently 49ers backup quarterback, spoke on the Victory Degree podcast and shared the secret sauce on Brock Purdy. And it's all about our favorite word, consistency. Oh man, if you don't love consistency, my goodness. I mean, nobody without consistency can really be truly successful, can they? I mean, think about it. If you could have a killer diet and just blow it up by every few days having a cheap meal or a few snacks. You could have a killer workout plan, but destroy it by eating junk food every once in a while. In the NFL, says Dobbs, the best quarterbacks are consistent quarterbacks. And it got me thinking, by the way, question of the day, comment below what trait in your mind makes Brock Purdy such a great quarterback. Is it his vision? Is it his timing? Is it his awareness? Is it his ability to read defenses? Is it his ability to thread the needle 20 yards down the field? What is it to you about Brock that is underrated by most people, that people are missing or sleeping on about Brock Purdy? I look forward to seeing your answers in the comments and joining you in the conversation. So Josh Dobbs was on Victory Degree podcast, and you may have caught some headlines around this. I did, but there's something I didn't catch. Something he said in one of his clips that I think you might appreciate. There's this one little clip. We're going to listen to it in just a second, courtesy of the Victory Degree podcast. And after this video, I recommend you go check it out and subscribe because it's pretty awesome. Really cool premise and idea with the whole podcast and everything. But to set the stage, Dobbs was talking about what makes Brock Purdy special. And he made a great point about the comparisons people make of him. He makes wow plays and everyone sees it. But everyone's like, oh, he doesn't do what Pat Mahomes does. Well, Pat Mahomes has been playing at the Chiefs for 7 years now, so his progression as an NFL quarterback is different than Brock Purdy's. And they're on different teams, different schemes at different stages of their career. You know what I don't remember? I don't remember anybody talking about Josh Allen after his first season saying, just give the guy time. I remember a lot of criticism. I remember a lot of interceptions. His touchdown to interception ratio was backwards nasty. And then his second season, he still had, it was a better season, but still a lot left to be desired. And the Buffalo Bills did something that a lot of teams won't do. They gave him time. And by his third season, all of a sudden he had flipped the script. His touchdown to interception ratio was the opposite, was the way you want to see it. Lots of touchdowns to little interceptions. And that's what you need with quarterbacks. You need to give them time sometimes to develop. Tom Brady needed it. Peyton Manning needed it. But if you give the quarterback time, they can continue to grow and improve. You need that time on the field. And that's part of what makes Brock Purdy so special. He didn't get that time on the field. He got this one shot. As a third string quarterback, couple guys injured, he had one shot to make it happen, and he pulled it off. He was a consistent quarterback from the beginning. He has great numbers from the very first game, and you love his career stats. That's why I read them at the top, even though it's a very small sample size still in terms of career stats. You read them. I read them because it's something to say, like something worth celebrating, how good this kid has been. And I'm a big fan of that. So just love that, by the way. Love his take on, we're comparing him to guys like Patrick Mahomes. It's like, give him a second. Give him a breather. He's not in his 7th year with the same team, with multiple opportunities to learn and multiple Super Bowl runs to learn from and lots of experience. That's a great take from Josh Dobbs. Love that. Now, Brock has only had one full season, and he's never had a full off season, so we still have reason to believe that he'll continue to improve, which is awesome. That's what I want to hear. That's good news. That's something that's positive to be thinking about. He has room to grow. He hasn't hit his ceiling. What did Josh Dobbs say was the key to Brock Purdy's excellence at quarterback? Consistency. That's the difference that he said. Josh Dobbs said the difference is consistency. Between top-level guys and everybody else, Purdy plays consistent football. And that's another good take from Dobbs. Now, that's all good stuff. I wanted you to hear this one last little clip before we go here from the Victory Degree podcast that I think that you will appreciate. Listen to what Dobbs has to say.
But two, like the really good guys are so consistent. Like when it's they do the boring stuff over and over. You know, they throw an easy stick route. They throw the flat route every time when it's open. They're accurate. They give a guy catchable ball so he can get upfield and take advantage of yards after catch. And then when the defense comes up or they get an advantageous look to throw a go ball, to throw an in cut, like they hit them and they make those plays, but those plays occur because they were doing the boring stuff at a consistent level.
I love that. I love that take. That is what you want to hear, right? He's doing the dirty work. He's doing the daily stuff. He's out there doing the consistent things on the small side of things, the dirty work that make it possible that defenses, one, they open up in the first place because of that dirty work, because of that Kyle Shanahan offense working because the quarterback's doing his job, right? Then those plays open up and he actually hits them. That's a trick. That's not easy. It's tricky to be able to find rhythm in short game and also translate it to long game. I love those. I love that take so much. I'm a big fan of Josh Dobbs now. I was never a fan before. I'll be honest with you. I've never been a Josh Dobbs fan. I am now. I'm not rooting for him to be the starting quarterback of the 49ers, but I am rooting for him. I'm rooting for him. I hope he finds a spot in this league, and I hope he gets another shot because I love that take. I'm a fan of it. And look, we've heard about this before. This isn't actually super new information. It's just new who it's coming from and how it's being packaged up. We've heard about what he does in the gym. We've heard about what he did in the gym at Iowa State. We heard about who he brings into the gym with him. When you've got 40 guys on the off day all in the gym together, and that includes Brock Purdy leading the way. So I'm stoked. I love this news, and I hope it makes you feel extra optimistic like I am today. As always, faithful, what a time to be alive.